How's it going, my evil residents? Today we're going to take a look at all of these zombies maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies, including the World at War remasters, excluding Dead Ops Arcade because it's very different. We're going to rank them all worst to best based on how much I personally like them. Very difficult to objectively rank zombies maps, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm not even going to try. This is my personal opinion. Feel free to leave your list in the comments, or if you have a very specific opinion about a very specific map and you would like to leave a 3-paragraph essay in the comments, feel free to do so. But yeah, as for criteria, as I said, it's mostly just how much I personally like the maps. But if a map is just kind of designed poorly or something like that, or it doesn't suit the game very well, it's gonna go lower. I mean, those kinds of things just make me not enjoy a map as much, so that will definitely affect its ranking. But yeah, I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the video.
I live in a shithole! Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole!
In 10th place, last place, we have Shinonuma. The Black Ops 1 version of Shinonuma just kind of serves no purpose. It doesn't have the fun, easy high round factor that the original had, which is what makes that version fun. It has a simple layout, but it doesn't have a pack-a-punch or anything like that, so you can't just hop on, have a chill game of zombies, pack-a-punch whatever weapons you feel like pack-punching and just chill out. Can't really do that. You just grab a box weapon and kind of run around. There's not much to do on the map. I don't think the layout is that fun, especially with the amount of mud that's in between all of the huts. I don't like the randomized perks. It's the only thing that really spices up the map, but in general, I'm just not a fan of randomized perks. So it's too difficult to be a nice chill map, but it's not hard enough to be a challenging map. You can't really do fun high rounds on it. Not really. They're just kind of boring and bland. And there's not very many side Easter eggs or anything like that. So I actively think it is the worst map in Black Ops 1 to play because you basically just run around in that one area by the flogger. That's all you do. That's all you do on this map. It's not very fun. So it goes in 10th place, mostly because I'd rather play literally any other version of Shinonuma. Yes, even the Vanguard one.
We were supposed to protect them! Where were you when your own people needed you?
In 9th place, we have Nacht der Untoten. I know this is low, and you'll hear it all the time. You can't rank Nacht low. I like playing Nacht. Okay, I like hopping into a game in Nacht and just killing stuff. It's always fun. It's always classic, but it's 3 rooms with a mystery box. Okay, it's the most basic, bare bones thing. It's more fun to just hop in, grab a couple guns and shoot things than it is on Shinonuma, but most of the time I like a little bit more meat on the bone for zombies, just a few more things to do. I do like that this map has the thunder gun on it, which I think makes it more fun than the World at War version. Then again, that version has the flamethrower. Could go either way depending on my mood. So I do like Nacht in Black Ops 1. I just don't think it shines in a game with all these other good maps on it. So it goes in 9th place. In 8th place, we have 5. 5 has as many things going for it as it does things going against it, and the things that go against for this map just really specifically annoy me, and I do not like them. I would say this is the hardest map on this entire game. I do think it's a little harder than Shangri-La, not by much. Both of those maps are they're pretty hard, but I think 5 is safely the hardest map. The top level and bottom level, unless you're like really cracked at zombies, you basically cannot go there unless you save a zombie or it's below round 10. You're gonna die. You have no chance. That may just be a skill issue, and I know the map is hard, but I think cutting off 2/3 of the map because it's literally unsafe to be in for most of the game is not great design, and I'm aware that this map is just 2.5 copy-pasted rooms from campaign, so they didn't put too much thought into the design of this. It was just like, extra map, here you go, enjoy. And I think it really feels like that. It really feels like 3 separate survival maps just kind of stitched together, given a Pentagon theme. One of these maps is a repurposed area of a Russian lab, and just knowing that from campaign, just the map doesn't have the first 2 levels. Great, perfect. The 3rd level doesn't fit the vibe of the rest of the map. I think because I know that it's from campaign and it's not actually like an American like lab or whatever, I don't think it works very well. They should have gone for something more of closer to the design on like Moon or something like that, or some of the lab areas of Call of the Dead. I think that stuff would have worked a little better. As is, I just think the green underground lab it looks bland and boring, and I don't like it very much. I like the idea of it, but I think it could have been executed a little bit better, and I think making it so it wasn't just literally a death trap to go down there would have been wonderful. Also, this map has Nova Crawlers, and I hate them. That drops it down. I love the Pentagon Thief. He's a great boss. He's awesome. No complaints there. I love the Pack-a-Punch system. No complaints it's there. Sure, you can't pack a punch past like round like 30 without dying, but when are you pack punching past round 30? When are you doing that? You're not doing that, so shut up. Yeah, my main gripe with this map basically just comes down to there's only one spot to survive and not be busting your balls the whole time, and it's still kind of hard, which is the nerve center, the like main middle area of the map. Yeah, it's fun to train around there, but I don't have a good wonder weapon to do it. Sure, I'm playing as a good crew, but I literally feel like I'm stuck in that room and I can't go to the rest of the map without potentially losing my game, which honestly kind of sucks. I would like to explore more of the map, but I can't. So yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of 5 because of 8. It's not a bad map. I'm not saying it's like bad. At worst, I think it's okay. I just think it's like a little underbaked. Literally, if it had like one more area or if the labs were a little bit more fleshed out, honestly, it would be totally fine.
30 seconds!
In 7th place, we have Ascension. I don't know if it's because I played this map a lot or if it's because I mostly play solo, but this map isn't interesting because it's easy, but it's also really annoying because the monkeys are just a huge pain in the ass. This map goes from, oh, I'm just chilling, I'm just training around, and there's even really good camping spots. Oh, I'm just chilling, I'm just camping, you know, vibing out. And then suddenly I have to go into like 10 out of 10 cracked mode to save all my perks from the monkeys. And then if I get a bonus perk from the monkeys, I can't keep it because obviously why would I be able to keep the free perk that I earned? You know, I'm playing solo, fuck me, I guess. I don't like this map. The layout's fine. The wonder weapon is reused from Kino, which is fine, I guess. It has gross devices, which are awesome, but just the monkeys really ruin it for me. I do not like the monkeys. If the map being easy isn't bad, but I think the monkeys being almost impossible to deal with solo if you have more than 3 perks, that's not good design. I don't think that's good design. So yeah, it goes at number 7. Just the monkeys severely cripple this map in my level of enjoyment with it, and that's why I barely play it, because I mostly play solo, and you know, dealing with the monkey solo is a pain in the ass. So it goes at 7.
It's super fast, and the only thing I can do is to drink my own pee.
In 6th place, we have Shangri-La, which I misspelled Shangri-La in my notes. Fun fact. The main reason I like this map is I like the boss zombies. They're really fun. I like the style and the layout of the map, and I really like the wonder weapon. The 2 things I don't like about this map, one is the monkeys grabbing the power up. Don't fuck with my power. Don't fuck with my power ups. Don't fuck with my power up. Never, ever. It is cool that you can get free perks from them though, so I guess it kind of balances out. The other thing I don't like is that, again, without like busting your balls, there's literally no place in this map where you can just train that is accessible to like intermediate player. I understand newer players probably aren't training on Black Ops 1 to begin with, except on like Keynote or Toten, but even intermediate players, unless you train the whole map, you're not training on this map. It's not happening. So whenever I play this map, I usually camp in like one of the tunnels, which is fun. It's great fun. Sometimes I just want to train because the baby gun really excels when you're training and stuff like that, and it's, you know, coolest freaking wonder weapon ever. And I can't really use it that effectively on this map. It works well for the map, but I just wish the spawns were like a little bit less aggressive, or there was like one slightly widened area that made training a little more feasible. I just want the map to be like a little less hard, because Black Ops 1 has plenty of hard maps. Just make it a little easier. That's all I ask. Just like Call of the Dead, just make like one good training spot that like doesn't have a wall, and that's perfect. That's all I would want. Or make the spawns a little less aggressive. That's it. And then Shangri-La is a perfect map. But the rest of these maps are all just incredible. So Shangri-La goes at number 6.
I don't remember. It went. Hello? Hello?
In 5th place, I have Verrucht, and I know I just complained about Shangri-La having very cramped and narrow passageways and stuff like that, but Verrucht just strikes a perfect balance of atmosphere and difficulty of gameplay. It's just so good, and I never expect to go for a high round on this map, ever. I hop in, and I play this map old school style, like camping at the windows and stuff like that, only training when I have to, and it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun, and just the ambiance of the map and everything. Yeah, it's better on World at War, but it's still effective on Black Ops 1. I get to use the Winter's Howl not on 5, and because there's no Pack-a-Punch, it feels more effective than it does on 5, which is hilarious. You could probably swap Shangri-La and Verrucht depending on how I feel, depending on the day. The reason Verrucht works better, I think, than Shangri-La does is because Shangri-La has the vibe of Indiana Jones, where like action movie vibe, you're just adventuring, and it doesn't fit with how hard the map is. Whereas with Verrucht, it fits fits perfectly because you're surrounded by the endless horde of zombies in this asylum that you cannot escape. Very different vibes, and it affects the perceived difficulty, how unfair it feels sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but that's why I rank Verrucht above Shangri-La most of the time, and that's why Verrucht is at number 5. In 4th place, we have Kino der Toten. No, it is not the best map, but people who say that Kino is boring, that it's overrated, I understand what you're saying, okay? I get what you're saying. But also, you can't deny the pure mass appeal and accessibility and great design of Kino because of those qualities. The fact that any casual player is instantly going to be like, I want to hop on Kino. That sounds like a good time. Like, that's like saying Kino is the McDonald's of zombies, and McDonald's is good as fuck, Kino is good as fuck. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's like the best food in the world. It's when I want to chill and I want to play, this is one of the perfect zombies maps to do so, and it makes it really accessible to more casual players, especially on a game where most of the maps are pretty hard. I think that is really welcome and really good, and it's really, really nice, especially for the on-disc map. I think that's why its popularity gets bumped up a little higher than it should be, because it's the on-disc map, but with its design elements that make it easier to play and to get higher rounds on, and easier to play with friends with the various camping spots that are on the map, it works well being the on-disc map. So I think this map honestly just strikes the perfect balance of everything that an on-disc zombies map should be. If it was on a later zombies game, it would just need an Easter egg, maybe like 1 or 2 other areas, still would be freaking 8 or 9 out of 10. So I think Kino, to people who are like, Kino's boring, Kino's overrated, I understand what you're saying. There's not much here for a veteran player, because you've kind of surpassed what Kino is supposed to be, but you can't deny just the sheer quality of the fun Kino has, especially for newer players. If you want to hop on, have a chill time, Kino is the bread and butter for that. However,
Officer Bowles.
If I see you trying to...
the number 3 spot, Deriz, does everything Kino der Toten does, but just a slight little bit better. The reason I rank it above Kino der Toten is because of that, but also it's a little overshadowed by the popularity of Kino der Toten. Unless you have been around since World at War, this is probably not your first experience with zombies. Black Ops 3 Deriz feels very different to this map, so I'm just gonna not even bring that up here, besides when I just did now because I'm an idiot. You either got this from pre-ordering, which means you probably played World at War, or it was DLC, which means you probably played it after Kino. I'm someone that played this map before Kino, so I kind of see where the design elements pull from and how Kino kind of narrowed some of them down a little better. The things that I think Deriz does better is it's a little bit more difficult, so it has more longevity. As you get better at the game, Deriz will keep up with you a little more than Kino will. I think the Wunderwaffe is cooler than the Thunder Gun. Yeah, the Thunder Gun's better, but I just think the Wunderwaffe is cooler, and I like using it more. I think the ambiance of Deriz, Easter egg are all just a little bit better than Kino. Yeah, Kino has good ambiance and stuff like that, but just Deriz just has that perfect, like, creepy sci-fi Nazi lab. It's just so good. It's so palpable. Yeah, the World at War one is better, but still, it's still there in the Black Ops 1 version, so I still really like it. There's lots of lore stuff in this map that is just really good. This is where the zombie story was basically born, so I can't knock Deriz any lower. It kind of perfected the very bare bones basics of what a modern zombies map is, and then it cemented the story that most people went on to enjoy until it like went all fantastical in the later games. That's a whole separate topic though. It just kind of cemented what zombies is, and while doing so, did it so well that I can't rank it below 3rd. I can't. I literally can't. And this just takes the World of War version, fixes the bugs it has, and just makes it better. So it goes at 3rd place.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
In 2nd place, we have Call of the Dead. And yes, this is a personal pick, but this is a subjective list, so they're all personal picks. Call of the Dead was a little bit ahead of its time for when it came out, and that's why a lot of people didn't like it. The only drawback of this map is no traps, and obviously no infinite wonder weapon, but literally everyone knows that. If Call of the Dead had traps, it would honestly be so much better, and I feel like the reason it doesn't have traps is because they didn't know how to balance them with George, but I think just having George be immune to the traps would just be fine. I think that's fine. Like, just add like lightning and fire traps from Kino, you're good. That's it. That's all you need to do, and the map is instantly a lot more fun, because as much as I like this map, I don't want to play it all the time. The reason I don't want to play it all the time is because it's hard as fuck once you get past round 25. It's, oh my god. Now, if you're playing co-op, that's a completely different story. Co-op, this map is a blast. That's why it goes above Deriz, because the co-op experience of this map is better than co-op experience of any map that I've talked about already. At least I think so, especially with the VR11 camping strat that I mentioned in my weapons ranked video. It's like one of my favorite strats in zombies ever. So this map is just great. It's awesome. I love the celebrity crew. I love George Romero. Rest in peace. Wonder weapons are really cool. Yes, I think the VR11 is cool as well. If you don't think the VR11 looks cool, I don't know what to tell you. This thing looks awesome. But yeah, Call of the Dead goes in second place. It's not quite the best map in the game because it has some decent flaws that make it kind of annoying, as most Black Ops 1 maps kind of do. They all have their own like individual flavor, but I think what it executes on really helped cement zombies and some tropes that zombies would have later down the line, and it's just really fun. So it goes in second place. In first place, honestly, I didn't expect to put Moon in first place. This and Call of the Dead probably swap depending on my mood and how mad I am at my box RNG if I'm doing the Easter egg. But oh my god, I think Moon, if you don't like Moon, I totally understand. If Moon is in the middle of your list, I totally get that. That makes complete sense. But I just think Moon just gets the zombie sauce right, while also mixing it up enough to be very different from any other map. Aside from the moon gravity in certain areas without power and stuff like that, mixing up the spawn the way it does, having Pack-a-Punch be where you spawn, like Deriz, but able to use it immediately, unlike Deriz, genius. That's genius. I think swapping the perks on Earth, Speed Cola and Jug, having those swap on Earth, it's kind of pain. I understand why it's like that to balance it out, but with how hard with how hard Moon can be sometimes, I think they just should have left Jug on Earth and had Speed Cola be on the Moon, and I think it would have been perfectly fine. It would have achieved the same goal of making Jug not in an easy spot, and you had to go out of your way to get it and risk to go get it, but it wouldn't have been like inconvenient, you know. This map has the coolest wonder weapons ever. QED is hilarious. The wave guns are incredible, and it has my favorite boss enemy in zombies. Yes, it's better than George, better than the Panzers. I love the Moon Spaceman. I think he's terrifying. First of all, this guy is scary, especially on the 360 when he has your friend's Xbox gamer tag name. Incredible. I think that that little bit of extra, just like, oh, it's my friend Jerry. It's just terrifying. I don't know why it's terrifying, but he is. Just the way he's always coming at you. He doesn't make fun of you like George does. It's a different kind of fear. The Moon Spaceman guy, if you're familiar with Resident Evil, this is mostly Resident Evil channel. I'm just branching out to COD Zombies because there hasn't been a Resident Evil game in a year and a half. God help me. Moon kind of hits the same way that RE2 remake Mr. X does and original Nemesis does. He's always coming after you. You can slow him down, but you can't stop. And I think Call of the Dead George kind of hits the same way that Resident Evil 7 Jack Baker does, where yeah, he's scary and you're afraid of him, and you know you can put him down with enough firepower and he's gonna make fun of you because he knows he's better than you. Those are kind of the two vibes, and I like the first vibe better, the like Mr. X / original Nemesis vibe. I love that vibe in like a stalker enemy, which is basically what the Spaceman guy is. And the fact that he steals your perks, I swear they have it rigged where he always steals Jug. Is that just me? Like, I'm pretty sure it's random, but also it definitely isn't, right? Like, it's not random. He definitely always steals Jug on purpose, right? That's not just me. Please let me know in the comments, because I feel like I'm insane about that, but I have no proof, but it has to be true, right? And then how could I not talk about the Easter egg on the Moon, okay? It set the stage for Easter eggs going forward. All of the best Easter eggs kind of copy steps from Moon and just build on them. In the same way that Deriz set the zombies story up and set how a zombies map should be laid out, Moon takes those elements, expands on them, makes them unique, and then takes the story and adds in that little extra juice on the Easter eggs to tell future developers how Easter eggs should be built. The only drawback to the Easter egg is literally the box RNG. Everything else about this Easter egg is awesome. The ending, honestly, best ending to the zombie storyline that Zombies has ever had. Besides maybe Cold War and Black Ops 4, but I still think the Black Ops 1 ending is better because that feeling of, oh shit, that you got from blowing up the earth and then realizing Rick Dolphin's in control of everyone is like, oh no, what have I done? And then you go to Pack-a-Punch and everything's destroyed and you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's so good. The Moon Easter egg is just so good. Box RNG, you kind of ruin it a little bit, but you're all right sometimes, okay? You're all right sometimes. It's so lore rich and very good without being intent on you knowing all of the lore to understand what's going on. It has its own story arc and its own plot within the map, but if you know all of the previous lore, from the previous games, it's even better. And I think that's why it's so good, and why Easter eggs like Horizon Drac and Easter eggs like Gorod Krovi work so well, is because they pull that element of the Easter egg from this. It has its own narrative that makes sense on its own, but in the grander scheme of the story, if you've been playing all the previous maps, just makes them even better. So that's why I think Moon is the best map in the game. It is the most innovative map in the game, at least I think so, because Duriz technically is the most innovative map before that war. Otherwise, I would say Duriz is probably more innovative. But as for Black Ops 1 original maps, most innovative by far. It has some elements that are going to be divisive that make it unique, and to me, except for like the teleporting Nova Crawlers and the swapping of Jug and Speed Cola, it makes it incredibly fun. So that's why I think Moon is the best map in Black Ops 1. Yeah, it could probably be debated with Call of the Dead, or honestly, most any map, even 5, maybe not Noct or Shinonuma, any map that you say is your favorite on Black Ops 1, I think that's fair. Black Ops 1 has such a wide variety of map designs and pros and cons of each map that are going to fit with each different person's personality very differently. And that's why I think discussing the rankings of the maps on this game is so fun, because everyone is so different. Every map personality is so different. Everyone's going to like something slightly different because all these maps are slightly different. They don't all have some like unique feature that everyone likes. Like, oh, if you like buildables and you like complex Easter eggs, go play Black Ops 2. If you like the power fantasy of zombies and you like collecting a bunch of equipment to get super overpowered, go play Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4. So, but Black Ops 1 has a good mix of, it has complicated Easter eggs, it has no Easter eggs. It has really good wonder weapons and really easy maps. It has bad wonder weapons and hard. It's got tight, cramped layouts. It's got wide, sprawling layouts. It's got everything. I think it's the most well-rounded game of the series. Debatably, kind of, because, you know, Black Ops 3. But overall, whatever map you pick for your first place, totally valid. Unless it's Shinonuma, in which case, why? That's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it. Please do let me know why in the comments so I can make my videos as good as possible. If you want more content like this, if you're interested in Resident Evil, I will also be doing plot armor videos on the Tomb Raider series very, very soon after I do Resident Evil 8 and Black Ops 2. So please stick around for those. Those are going to be awesome. I am also cooking up a Black Ops 2 Zombies Weapons Ranked video and Resident Evil videos mainly on the channel. When Black Ops 6 comes out and Dead Rising comes out, I might switch to covering those because Resident Evil's a little bit dry right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I do want to stick with Resident Evil, my bread and butter. That's what I like mainly, so I'm gonna stick with those mainly, unless I literally have no video ideas. We also have a Discord if you want to chat with other residents, LFG, share memes, post some cringe, whatever you want to do. You can do it over there on the Discord. Feel free to join it. We also have channel memberships if you feel so inclined to and have the means to join. That would be epic, but obviously if you do not, I still greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you watching the video, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. Thank you for watching, and yeah, stay evil, my residents.